Hello, lovely people. We're up to I on the A to Z of women's health. And today I'm going to talk about irregular periods. Now, this isn't something that somebody would perhaps come to me for, but let's just look at irregular periods for when young children, young teens are first starting their periods. That will be a time when they might not have a regular cycle. So they could maybe have a period 1 month and then another one 30, 35 days later. And then they might not have another one for 90 days. And this is while the body is balancing out the hormones. And that is quite normal in young teens when they're starting their first period. Another time when the menstrual cycle might be out of whack is when you are approaching the menopause and you're in what's known as the perimenopause stage. Now, this could be anything when your periods might be coming too frequently, or again, you might be having long gaps. Now, sometimes people aren't even aware of the ladies I work with aren't always aware of their cycle length. It's something that some people just don't pay any attention to because it turns up every month like clockwork, and they're the lucky ones. And someone wouldn't necessarily come to me because they're having what they would regard as irregular periods. They might come to me because the periods have changed. They're more painful. The flow is heavier. So when we talk about irregular periods, it's not just the cycle length. It's also any change in that period. So it could be that it's heavier than normal, or you're getting spotting in between periods. So that would be another reason somebody might come to me. And then someone might come to me because they are trying to get pregnant and they need to know that they're ovulating. They might not be ovulating. There's a whole host of reasons why you might not be ovulating, and that's why they would come to me for help. But again, each woman is very different. Other reasons someone might come to me is their periods might have just stopped. And this can sometimes follow a very stressful period in your life. Something might have happened. You might have been under a huge amount of stress. There might have been, you might be caring for a family member and you're not really taking care of yourself. You may have been exercising quite hard. Sometimes I find runners, especially if they're training to be, for the marathon, they find that their periods will stop during the time of training. You might have an eating disorder. There's lots of reasons why your periods might stop, and that's known as amenorrhea. And also sometimes when people have stopped taking their contraception, hormonal contraception, whether that's the Mirena coil or the pill or injections or patches, then it takes time sometimes for the periods to settle down again. So there's lots of different reasons why you might be having irregular periods. And as I said, people would normally come to me because they are either trying to get pregnant, they're worried about the periods, how they've changed, and that's normally associated with perimenopause. There could be other things. There might be polycystic ovary syndrome, and again, that will impact chances of getting pregnant. But I've helped lots of ladies to bring on ovulation. But if you are worried at all, you should go and see your GP. And also another thing to bear in mind is when you actually when you have your period, again, the period length might be, you might have a 5-day cycle, your friend might have a 7-day cycle, your other friend might have a 4-day cycle. And again, those length of days might change. And again, that can be around perimenopause, or if there's something else going on. So I hope you found that helpful. check out my website if you want to reach out to me. And if you like these little snippets on A to Z health, women's health, and other things, please subscribe. Thank you for listening.